Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you guys first and foremost, we are brought in part by Cobrew again. How are you doing, Cobrew?
Hey man, I'm doing great. What about you?
As you can see, I placed in what is technically first place in the tournament if you really think about it. So,
they should have had like a special reward as a meme, just as a meme, like one gem.
And everyone's fighting over trying to get the 69th rank because it's actually harder than getting first place, you know? That would be great. That would have been a solid meme.
Imagine if they gave you like a custom avatar if you finish 69th.
Oh, okay. It's just two allures. All right, there we go.
Or something like that.
All right, so Dragon Tournament is completed, but today what we really got to talk about on the screen, pow. Oh, wait, that's not it. That's it. Cobrew owes me $5. Ladies and gentlemen, Cobrew does in fact owe me $5 because he is undead.
I gambled and I lost. It's just, it is what it is.
To be fair, actually,
it is what it is.
The people that don't know, I let him go first, and he picked that the fusion was going to be Night Revenant, which means I obviously picked Undead, and it was Undead, baby. Which, isn't it kind of weird that, I thought this was actually a funny point, that the Undead does not have a Void Epic yet.
Does it?
It literally doesn't have a Void Epic yet, and now it's going to get, oh, I just made Cobrew disappear, and now it's going to get a Void Legendary before it gets a Void Epic because of how many champions this place has. I mean, look at it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's getting its fifth Void Legendary before it gets a Void Epic. I mean, what is going on here?
Dude, I honestly thought that because of the amount of legendaries that they had, that they wouldn't do an Undead Hordes. It's like when you're playing the casino and it's always black on the roulette, and you say, oh, it's bound to be red this time. And no, they went the other way. They said, okay, we're going to get you another Undead Hordes legendary. One. Yeah, because I was looking at Narma. I remember the last time we talked about, I was looking at Narma and said, okay, they're going to do a Night's Revenant instead.
To be fair, Narma was probably your best guess. Because, I mean, if you look at this... Okay, can we just, like, forget about the first topic real quick and we make another point that she has something in common with a rare. Have you noticed this? Okay, so look at this hero, okay? Right? And now if we go to Dark Elf and we go to this rare Dark Elf, okay? And you scroll down to, where is it? Eviscerator the rare. Where is she? Okay, look. This outfit would not cover her nipples. I'm sick of seeing this happen with Plarium art design. Because if you look, there's no way. Okay, there would at minimum be some areola. Okay, at a minimum. But if we go back to Night Revenant now, it's like some guy out there does not understand the female anatomy. It's like, do they think nipples grow on the sides? It's like, do they have it peeled? It's pushed together, not peeled apart. I don't know. So for me, there is some confusion in
unrealistic. It's unrealistic representation of the female anatomy.
You're telling me the nipple is not shown in this photo?
There's not. It's on the sides. It's like tucked in there.
I guess I'm the idiot.
With super glue.
But I guess that's not the main point of the video today. It's actually something different. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got distracted, but I don't understand that one. Fire that art guy. Let's get back to the most important fusion point, which is Vlad the Nightborn skill. So let's see if we got close to this though. I actually haven't read his kits. Because I think we said there was going to be a healing on the basic, right? I mean, that one was the freebie. But I didn't see the decreased max HP coming. What's the deal with that?
Oh, the decreased max HP. I don't know. They just wanted to add it in his kit, I guess, because they wanted to give the opportunity for accounts, all accounts in general who are going to get this fusion, to have a champion for that Scarab boss.
Oh, I like
which
that.
Has the shield, which is decreased by the max HP reduction effect. So they said, okay, we'll give you that for free. You don't need to have the destroy set on. You also have lifesteal here. You're doing great.
I actually kind of like that. Okay. So then let's look at here. Then the A2. So I'm assuming the A2 is actually the third one we were looking at on the list then, because remember the hand that had the Termeter one, which we more or less, I mean, I think you nailed this one, right? Didn't you basically nail this? Because you said it was going to be stealing Termeter.
Yeah. The third one we said it was gonna be,
Right.
yeah, not the second one.
Which I think what they did is in that visual leak they swapped them. Is what I'm saying. Like I think visually that icon's going to be the second one, right? Because when it's still match, I mean, the third one was the block active skills.
Yeah, probably that's gonna be visually that. I haven't checked on the test server if that's the case, but what I'm guessing is the marketing department for Raid gets the info and the pictures beforehand, and you know, things change until the actual champion is out. So they might have changed it. It might have been his A3 and now they changed it to his A2.
As I'm sitting here reading this, I'm realizing, dude, do you realize we literally nailed this? Like, look, you got the stealing term meter like pretty much spot on. We missed the leech immediately, which should have been obvious, I guess, for us, right?
Yeah, we mentioned leech because he's a vampire, so we said he has to have a way to recover health. And it's only on his A1 really. His A2 is a leech, which is a recovery of health too, but it's more on depending on how much damage you do. But I guess the A1 too, and maybe his passive. We'll look at those. Look at his
A3. I'm just thinking about the previous video where we actually nailed this, because after the A3, it looked like based upon the skill, it was like, okay, it's going to be a decreased defense and maybe a block skills, and that's what they did. Look, block active skills debuff for 2 turns, 60% decreased defense. Okay, these are actually pretty good moves too, by the way, I think.
Yeah, he's got a solid kit, but remember he's a Void Legendary, so I mean, comparing his kit to other Void Legendaries, maybe he's not the best, but since he's a fusion, I guess until we learn the multipliers, we won't be sure if he's better than what he actually is. I really like his A2 though for the Terminator reduction, and if it does good damage too, I think he's going to be a great, you know, champion as a fragment summon also, because remember, fragment summons are much easier to get than you know, the normal fusions that we get, or like the fragment fusions that we just had for Sigma, which was insanely hard.
Well, I'm going to be kind of excited to try to get this guy actually, because I don't know why, but that A2 to me seems like a really nuts move. Like, you know, the stealing term meter and then decreasing term meter.
Yeah, it's really solid. It won't be on. It's either stealing for those 3 factions and then decreasing for the other factions. I really like this, but obviously you're gonna need the books to get this to 100%. So yeah, we don't know the book requirement for his A2. I'm guessing in total he's gonna be around the 12-14 book mark. So a big investment if you wanna get that to 100%.
So then the A4 here. Let's see. So he revives on death. He places revive on death buff on him for 2 turns every time he kills somebody. And he fully heals himself and fills their turn meter 50% whenever he kills somebody. Will only fill the champion's turn meter when the Dayborn is on the same team. Who is Constantine, the Dayborn? I'm not familiar with this hero.
Yeah, it's a new champion that's going to be in there, because this guy is Vlad the Nightborn. And this Constantine the Dayborn. So I was mentioning this on my video that I posted on my channel like 2 days ago. Have you ever seen the movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves?
I have not, no.
It's like Constantine is, I think, from DC Comics.
Okay.
Not sure. Not 100% on that. But he's supposed to fight the forces of evil and stuff like that.
And somebody said that it's Vlad Spikey, right? Or Spike from... I've never watched a vampire or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm butchering this because I don't know anything about
Buffy the
Vampire Slayer. That's one of those things where it's like I've heard it's a classic that I've just really missed out on, but I haven't, for whatever reason, ever. I grew up in like super we don't watch any of the evil stuff or whatever type stuff. So, you know, that was in the height of that was during when I was younger. So I must have
Yeah, so his passive looks weird. I think it's phrased a little bit strange, and I do understand it, but I'm not sure why he seems to do less stuff when there's Constantine the Dayborn in your team.
Oh, we'll only kill and feel this term meter when it's on the same team. So won't fill his term meter 50% when you kill an enemy, but we'll still do the revive on death. when he's not there. I feel like the passive was not completely broken. I feel like it didn't need the modifier of it only being the Dayborn.
Yeah, I have to test it out for the modifier. It's not very clear for me to understand what it's supposed to do and what the two of them together are supposed to do. If it's like a nerf when you have them two together, and why would you do that if it's a nerf?
No,
or not? That's what.
I think the way what I mean is like what I mean was like I feel like he's not strong enough where they needed to add the limitation of this only happens with Shees. Because the way I'm reading it is he only will heal himself and gain turn meter if he also has Constantine on his team, meaning he has a better version of his passive if Constantine is with him.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
That's the way I'm reading it. But even reading it that way, it's still kind of like not that great, it feels like.
Yeah, fully healing a champion, it's, I guess, on paper is great, but with the power of the champions that we have in Arena, for example, the enemy nuker, the enemy Chanda can bring a champion from 100% to 0, especially attack-based champions. So even if you heal up to full, he's still gonna die from an enemy nuker. Like most nukers can take you from 100% to 0. But I like the turn meter feel in there. And it means that he'll get multiple turns.
And I'm also kind of...
I would have liked if he got a shield, kind of a shield. If he overheals, that would have been a nice...
Like a bloodthirster. Yeah. That would have been cool. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, like the bloodthirster on League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
So because he has all those ways to heal in his A1, the A2 with the leech, like let's say you built him like a nuke champion. Imagine building a nuke champion with a lifesteal set on purpose so that he gains that extra shield on purpose. That would have been a great addition to this champion instead. Because he would overheal, get a big shield because of the damage he does, and he's at 100% health, and he would be like a tanky version of an attacker.
I'm gonna hit you with this.
But yeah, his kit is what it is, I guess.
I'm gonna hit you with this, okay? He just feels like a worse Mashald, which is that Mashald kind of heals on the basic anyway, does leech, and has a better form of CC. I mean, this guy is turn meter removal, but Mashald literally puts True Fear on everybody, which in my opinion is better. And then on top of that, he just gets an extra turn. It's not like he's gaining turn meter, so he doesn't have to go against any of the effects that the enemies might have from when people gain turn meter. Then he doesn't have the perfect Veil, but when the fuck has perfect Veil ever mattered in anything? And then we have this move I thought was originally insane because I thought it hit everybody, and I realized it literally only hits one person. If this was an AoE, suddenly I like this guy a lot more. Because you can do the defense down, block.
Yeah, a single target decrease defense and block active skills is not useful at all. Not even the perfect Veil is going to do anything more than that.
Yeah, I'm realizing that kind of bummed me out, man. I was kind of excited, and then the A3 is... Because he really needs that A3 to be better, I feel like. I thought if it hits everybody, then we got something because of the block actives.
Yeah, it's... His worth will be shown only when we get the multipliers for his A2. If the A2, it's like a big hitter, then it changes things. But that A3 is very weak. Nobody will be using that instead of the A2.
Okay,
the opener will always be the A2.
Here's one other thing that could be cool, is if the A2 worked like Ode Relentless, where it overfilled the extra turns, so that if you steal 250% turn meter from 5 people, you get 2.5 turns worth of turn meter. You know what I mean? So you go twice again. That could be pretty cool, considering the other moves aren't really that good. Because here's the problem with the A2. Yeah, he steals the turn meter and gets to go again, but he's not boosting his turn meter, he's boosting his turn meter and stealing the enemies, then goes again to do what? Decrease their max HP? Or decrease one person's defense that's going to get overridden by your other hero's AoE. A fucking War Maven does that better. So for me, yeah, the problem with the A2 is it's like, why am I stealing their turn meter? What am I going to do afterwards? Nothing.
Right.
Revive on death, because I'm probably going to get killed. I don't know. We'll see. I guess. Like you're saying, I guess the numbers matter. The leech is kind of cool.
Yep.
The leech will be nice because I don't have a leech on my free to play, and I don't really.
Yeah,
have that
we can get a leech from many sources. At the moment, but still, I guess it's a cool concept. They could have done it better, but we'll see what other stuff, Constantine the Daybreaker brings into the team. Maybe if you have them both together, they do some cool stuff. But
I was gonna think maybe faction wars, the two would be great, but then they're probably going to be opposite factions. I would think if one's Dayborn, just like they did with Flame Tongue and stuff, especially with this.
Yeah, probably Constantine is gonna be like Sacred Order or Banner Lords. And Sacred Order maybe.
I bet
just because of the cleansing.
Since we called this, I'm gonna say let's call her Constantine's kit, right? I guarantee you it's a flip-flop version of this. So like the A2 is continuous heal on all allies and boost all your turn meter plus speed up, right? Something like that, like because this one's steel plus leech plus whatever, and then like the A2 is instead of decreased defense, it's like the reverse of Bone Spear, where it picks one person and gives them all the buffs. So like one person gets decreased or increased defense, gets block revive, gets block defense, gets crit damage, gets increased speed, gets attack up. That would be cool, like a reverse Bone Spear on somebody. Imagine if we had somebody that did buff spread. All the buffs.
Yeah, buff spread also would have been great. Would open up tons of possibilities in terms of setups. Because we have a ton of champions that buff, like a buff, and if you could spread the buffs, it would open up more possibilities for use for sure. Haven't checked the test server, so I could have bet for this. I mean, I could have checked it before this video.
Speaking of bets, how about we close out the video with this double or nothing on Constantine the Dayborn. The next $5, Constantine, you get to pick the faction, and I'll pick the.
I said it. I said Sacred Order. That's what I think.
That's what you think, Sacred Order. You're taking Sacred Order. Okay, so now I gotta say Constantine the Dayborn. What's the opposite of undead, huh? It's probably Sacred Order. Shit, I think you're right about that one. All right, hold on.
You can say Lizardman, I guess.
Constantine the Lizardman. Hold on, wait for it. I got this. All right, I guess High Elves is the only other one that maybe. The Dayborn High Elf. Maybe?
Go for it.
Okay, it's either that or Banner Lords, right? I mean,
if you look at Bellanor in the High Elves, like he's got the wings and stuff, so.
All right, yeah, all right. I'm gonna go with the Dayborn is gonna be the High Elf, since that's what I got. I got a feeling you're getting your $5 back, Cobra.
I need that Twitch sub. All
right, go sub to Cold Brew at twitch.tv/
Cold Brew Game.
Cold Brew Game. There it is. All right, everybody. Any last words? This has been a fantastic video.
Follow, subscribe, like,
comment, subscribe,
comment,
and hit up our Patreon, Kickstarter, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Indiegogo.
That's about right. Go find me.
Hit me up on Dig. All right, we're out. Go over the Cold Brew's channel because we're going to have another video that's going to be way more exciting and way more hype. We are crunching all of the legendaries on my main channel, on my main account, and his video. So you need to go over this channel right now. Right now, I promise. It's not a scam. Not a scam. All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Not a clickbait.
Not a clickbait. Never. I would never do that. All right, bye-bye, everybody.